Hi Scorpio, how you doing? Welcome to your tarot reading for April 2025, and this is for Scorpio rising, although you can watch it for other Scorpio placements if you want. Do let me know how you're doing. My name is Hinny. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome too. You can subscribe or give this video a like if you like what I do. And let's talk a little bit, shall we, just about Aries season. It's Aries season right now, which is a fellow Martian season for you. Mars is in Cancer as well right now. And Mars is your ruler, Scorpio rising. And Mars has his fall in the sign of Cancer, and that is your 9th house. But at the same time, the Sun in Aries, the Sun is always in Aries season, is in your 6th house. So it's quite interesting to start every spiritual year, every astrological year, with the Sun in your 6th house. The 6th house being the house of your, what is called bad fortune. It is the house of sickness and suffering sometimes. So it's quite interesting because the Sun, being this god of the divine yes, that's what I call him, he's the divine yes, the god of validation and revitalization. And when we have him in houses like the 6th house, the 1st house, the 12th house, there's often this bringing, I feel, of optimism, of healing. So yeah, for those Scorpio risings who, might be sick, suffering, or going through the last few months some period of, bad luck, it could be getting better now that the Sun is in Aries. And then, of course, we have Mars in his fall in Cancer in your 9th house. And this can manifest in many ways. So some Scorpio risings, this can mean like doing something Martian. Mars, he's the ruler of things like war and fighting and, acceleration of the self and pushing. So it can literally be stuff like going to a judo club or joining a karate club. And for a select few Scorpio risings, this is like going abroad to war or going abroad to fight. Or it can also, for a lot of Scorpio risings, be fights with the mother that have something to do with something that you have to learn, some big lesson. Either way, it can have a very disruptive energy for many Scorpio risings with Mars in Cancer, because Mars again is your life path ruler. So the ruler of your 1st house, Scorpio, that's you, your body, your personality, your health, all in the 9th house. You might, Scorpio rising, be learning a lot in some kind of angry or aggressive or fierce way, or just very motivated way to learn about your body or learn about your health. Another possible expression of Mars in your 9th house could be like teaching members of your community about something Martian, because the 9th house is the house of education and like higher teachings. So it could be a bit of that as well, like maybe you're teaching people in your family, Scorpio, like how to fight or how to exert. Something like that, It could even be like confidence coaching, that type of thing for some Scorpio risings. So interesting, yes, but also I think generally things like, I have this image for you of things healing at the start of the spiritual year, the start of the astral year. So that was like March, April. I have this image of things healing, wounds healing, and this is the snake year that we start with. And I think I was saying in Virgo's reading that for them, the snake year is probably going to be a good one. I think also for Scorpio risings, the snake year is going to be quite good. It might not feel like it right now, though, because of course the snake year has just kind of started, but also because Mars is in Cancer. So a lot of Scorpio risings, although Cancer is a water sign, they might not be feeling so comfortable, because it's more about like putting, when Mars is in Cancer, it's more about like putting your feelings to the forefront, and there might be more of a need for you, Scorpio, to I don't know, like actively or kind of what's the word, actively or what the heck is the word I'm thinking of, like I don't think the word's gonna come. Actively or like evidently expressing yourself or exerting yourself. Whereas a lot of the time Scorpio rising would rather be, I don't know, like in the shade or more private or something like that. And we have the Three of Pentacles, Scorpio, as your core card. Building on things, contracts perhaps, working with others. And when the sun moves, by the way, out of the 6th house, he will enter obviously your 7th house. That's the house of relationships. Yes, it is. And we have the King of Swords. King of Swords. So when the sun is in Taurus, that's your house of relationships. The sun will start to oppose you and your ascendant, Scorpio. But also this can mean that the relationship house, the committed relationship house, Scorpio, gets that solar revitalization. So April, like mid to late April, for you, Scorpio, can be a good time to date seriously, if that's what you're interested in or looking to do. Dating seriously, marriage even, it can be a divine yes. It's a lovely time, I think, in Taurus season to get married for Scorpio. Lovely time. Very good omen. If you have your wedding or some other formal like commitment planned for late April, I think it's a lovely time. Or if you are working in business, it's a lovely time to set something up that's serious, with a business partner or some kind of business endeavor, to kind of do it and like seal the deal mid to late April. And the Three of Pentacles is very much about like working together with others to like seal the deal. Oops, that one went flying. But yeah, I think the snake year is going to be great for you, Scorpio. I think Scorpios are very familiar with snake energy, spider energy, these archetypes. Oh, I've got a Cancer card coming through, the Chariot card, with that King of Swords. I'm not going to speak too much yet about what, like, your recent past. I haven't really been working with a lot of Scorpios lately, so I've been like, I guess, quite distanced from your energy. Okay, 7 of Wands to kind of finish with your recent past. So your recent past, maybe there has been some need to, in a King of Swords way, be very sure about something mentally, or some decision, like to decide on something. And the Chariot card coming through, it's a very Cancerian card. Mars in Cancer. That's what I'm going to go for. Mars in Cancer. Maybe there is an Aquarius, because the King of Swords can often be an actual Aquarius individual that you were/are dealing with, Scorpio. Something to do with them, or something to do with you harnessing this Mars in Cancer energy. And the 7 of Wands is like having to defend yourself in some way. Maybe a lot of you, Mars in Cancer is pushing you, has been pushing you out, and like forcing you to express yourself, or forcing you, because this is 9th house stuff for you, forcing you to speak on the things that you really believe in, Scorpio, and that again can be quite intimidating or just like unusual or uncomfortable for some Scorpio risings who might often prefer to be in that scorpionic water of the private. But like Mars and Cancer can be more like there's just more turbulence that is like coming out or erupting, and maybe you've been forced to defend yourself or forced to stick to some kind of instinct, or even like intellectual inspiration with the King of Swords here. For some of you, the King of Swords could be like some Aquarius teacher in your life, or like uncle type, teaching you something to do with standing up for yourself or protecting your ideas even. We've got 2 cards that want to, 3 cards, wow. Okay, let's look at these 2 first, Scorpio. We've got the Lovers and the Hermit card. This is just like Mercury coming out now. We've got Mercury in Pisces, right? Which is your 5th, right? Yes. 5th, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, 5th. Sometimes I get the houses confused. The 5th house. This is basically Mercury. When these 2 cards come out together, we've got the Lovers card, very Geminian, and the Hermit card, very Virgoan, coming out together. Kind of in your now / core card space, Scorpio. So maybe you're working on something mercurial that has to do with... Okay, so for those of you who are... And by the way, the 10 of Cups came out as well. Friday Night Disco card, Scorpio. So for those of you who are watching this more for like relationships, romance, that kind of jazz, there could be someone... Either they are very mercurial, and they could literally be a Virgo or a Gemini, or someone who's got a lot of Virgo, Gemini in their chart, very heavy. Or it's more like working with this person or these people romantically in a more mercurial way. What does that mean? That is to do with communications and lots of writing, lots of messages, lots of moving quickly together, transit, travel, quickness, swiftness, intellect, ideas, and like the connection of things and the circulation of things. So there could be, this kind of person in your life now, romantically, and like you really wanna build on something serious, devoted with this person, and that is where Mercury is right now, in your 5th house of romance, and in its fall. So Mercury falls in Pisces and is retrograde. So if this is to do with an ex, maybe wait until like the end of April. If you want to, you can wait until that time to really know for certain, but it's hard to know for certain with all this Cancerian, this Mars Cancerian energy. You just have to like push ahead, I feel, with Mars and Cancer. But the omen is good because we got the 10 of Cups. So romantically speaking, committed relationship speaking, that is like, as I said, Friday Night Disco energy. But yeah, we're talking about your 5th house as well. So you've got like 7th house energy coming through, but also 5th house energy in your reading. So that's really good because it's not just the commitment for a relationship romantically. It is also the love and the romance and the kind of giddy vibes, Scorpio. That's the 5th house. It's the fun times. Venus, she has her joy there. She's not there right now. Well, she is actually. Oh my God, she's there too. Bloody hell, she's there too. They're both there and they're both retrograde. So this could well be a mercurial ex of yours, or someone like your mercurial ex, but you are doing it the right way kind of thing. Or you're feeling even more optimistic. This could, for some Scorpios, be about an Aquarius individual. So this person is an Aquarius, and You're feeling like more optimistic somehow. You're feeling inspired by this Aquarian individual. They don't have to be a man, but they could be like spiritually, in some sense, masculine. They could have spiritually masculine energy. They could be very much like a good sort of teacher when it comes to things like discipline. It could even be an astrologer, because the ninth house is the house of astrology, or things to do with the sky. So like weather forecasting, even astronomy, a pilot, sky, do they call it sky control? Air control? Anyway, anything sky related. They could even be that kind of person. But if this is not, you're not watching this for like romance, it could, Scorpio, if you're watching this for like business, you've got the core card, Three of Pentacles here. Then you've got all this mercurial energy with the Ten of Cups. So that's also a very good omen for like deals, negotiations. So long as you're staying with this Three of Pentacles energy of like working together on these contracts, like with that seriousness. And also I get like devotion and commitment, especially from this Hermit card. And also it's interesting because the Hermit's coming after the Seven of Wands. So it's like keeping that light on. You see this Hermit has the lamp here, keeping this light on whatever it was that you learned in the past, from like sticking to your guns, or from professing what you have learned, sticking to that, Scorpio. And you're very good usually, Scorpio, with sticking to things. It just might be that the different thing for you now might just be this like Cancerian energy that's like kind of making you have to reveal yourself in some way, or be kind of more exposed. And we've got the Page of Pentacles, lovely Page of Pentacles, the Bambi card coming through for you. It's nice for Taurus season as well. If this is a romantic person, romantic people, it's like, sweet proposals of like a coffee, or a drink, that kind of thing. Or you could be willing by the end of April to spend more money on this person or these people that you're dating, or feeling like in the mood to spend and invest, Scorpio, by the end of April. Or just like to buy things and offer nice things in this Page of Pentacles way to all the other people like in your life generally, because that's the seventh house, it's the house of other people, the other. Let's get you one more card, Scorpio. But I'm liking the vibes. It seems like, you've been solid, or you are being solid in some way. And it's paying off by the end of April. It's a solid mind kind of reading, what I get here as well, with the King of Swords and that Three of Pentacles and all this mercurial energy. And we've got the Death card coming out with the King of Pentacles. So we've gone from the Page of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. So these offers, look at this, and 2 horses and a Scorpio card. This is you. Look at that. Black horse, white horse, Death. And the Knight of Pentacles. Wow. This could be you and this other person, these other people, riding off into the sunset, into the new chapter that is this beginning of the spiritual year, Aries season. But also it gives me like that your investments in this person, these relationships, these business deals, whatever it is, your investments becoming more serious by the end of April, especially if they are, again, if you are solidly engaging and solidly committing with other people. So it's very much a negotiating type of vibe for you. And the overarching energy bottom of the deck for you is the Five of Swords. Seven of Wands we had, right? Which is fighting off or having to defend yourself in some way. And then all this Mercurial energy, major arcana Mercurial energy, the Lovers, the Hermit, and then the overarching Five of Swords. The message might be to remember that it's not so much about like winners and losers or being stubborn or on like a high horse. It's more about working with others, Scorpio. And also investing with, I just love the way that the Page of Pentacles, the Death card, the Knight of Pentacles, they're all looking and going in the same direction. It's almost like they're marching off into Gemini season later, which I love as well. I love that. There's just this sense of like there's someone, as long as you're not stubborn basically or stuck in some thought or idea that is bad, and you embrace this Mars and Cancer energy perhaps in your 9th house, which is the house of the right way for you. It is the house of higher learning for you. It's with Mars being there right now, it's also kind of this house is going through this sort of illumination of combat and fight and learning. So as long as you're learning something from this Mars and Cancer transit, I think it will just be this relationship, this business deal or agreement that is so worth it for you, and also that is something that is going to continue through into Gemini season, it seems. So that's your reading, Scorpio. I hope you enjoyed. And I think, yeah, just stick to the things that you're working on with others, the relationship. If it is dating and casual romance and lovey-dovey stuff, then keep like in that Page of Pentacles space of being willing to give a little, spend a little. I think that's going to pay off for you in the short to mid-term. All right, Scorpio, I'll see you next time. Have a lovely weekend. I love you.